Shireen Louise, a single mother to her 3-year-old daughter, Aya, recently moved into a historic Victorian home in Cardiff, England. Soon after their arrival, Aya begins speaking of a man with a bad head and bad eyes, who she claims frequently appears in the upstairs hallway. Startled, Shireen probes further, asking her daughter for details. Aya's responses are clear: upstairs, bad eyes, bad eyes. Disturbed by her daughter's words, Shireen investigates the history of the house and learns that it was built on an ancient battleground dating back to 1485. This revelation makes her wonder if Aya might be witnessing the apparition of a long-lost soldier. To better understand the situation, Shireen installs a security camera in the hallway. One night, the camera picks up chilling footage. Aya calls out, visibly unsettled, "Mom, help! I'm scared!" Trying to reassure her, Shireen inquires, "What's he doing, this man with the bad eyes?" While they talk, 2 distinct and eerie breaths are captured on the security audio. Once captivated by the home's Victorian charm, Shireen now finds herself reconsidering their stay, concerned for her daughter's well-being. So is young Aya truly seeing something beyond the ordinary, or is it all just a child's imagination? The question remains for you to decide. This next video, uploaded by an account dedicated to showcasing large boats and seafaring vessels, captures something unusual. In the footage we see a haunting graveyard of old cruise ships, run aground and abandoned along a desolate beach in Turkey. But there's more, something eerie that a sharp-eyed viewer of fake or true ghosts noticed in the background. Take a close look, did you see it? On the rusting old cruise ship to the right, a shadowy figure appears to be moving around inside. The ship, completely deserted with no known access points, should be empty. So who, or what, could this figure be? Could it be the spirit of someone who met an untimely end on their voyage? Let me know your thoughts. Shay, an overnight office cleaner at a mid-sized company in Indiana, typically works alone in the large, quiet office building. She admits that on occasion the solitude can feel a bit eerie. However, one particular night was about to take a terrifying turn. As Shay prepared to take out the trash, she received a text from a colleague who confirmed that everyone had left for the night and that she could proceed to vacuum the other side of the office. Shay confirmed, "So, it's just me here." Her colleague replied, "Yes, you're the only one." But when Shay stepped outside, she noticed that the parking lot was empty except for her work van, leaving her feeling uneasy. That's when she spotted something strange. At the end of the hallway, through the glass door, someone, or something, was seated in a chair, motionless, and staring straight ahead. Panicked, Shay quickly called her colleague again, confirming once more that she was alone in the building. Her colleague, watching the security cameras, assured her that she was indeed alone, with no sign of anyone else in the building. Trying to remain calm, Shay took shelter in a nearby closet to collect her thoughts. Gathering her courage, she decided to confront the figure. But when she stepped into the hallway, the chair was empty. Whatever or whoever had been there was gone. Terrified, Shay called her supervisor, who arrived to investigate. Together they reviewed the building's security footage. Oddly, the cameras revealed no one entering or exiting the building. There was no trace of anyone else there that night. Shay's unsettling encounter left many questions unanswered. Who or what was in that chair? And how did they simply vanish without a trace? If you've seen something eerie or unexplainable that belongs on our top 5 list, share it in the comments below. In an email from James, he shared details of a trip he and his brother Ricardo took to the historic fort of San Felipe in Bacalar, Mexico. During their visit, Ricardo filmed a video with his old Nokia phone, capturing their exploration of the massive 18th century fortress. But what they accidentally recorded left them both questioning what they'd seen. As you watch the video, pay close attention. Did you see it? In a restricted section of the fortress, a strange brown figure appears on the grass, seeming to either climb or float right over the wall. I've reviewed the clip carefully, slowing it down, enhancing it, and sharpening the quality as much as possible, yet I'm still stumped. What do you think it could be? I'll leave it to you to decide. Paranormal investigator Emma, from the YouTube channel, reached out to share an eerie video captured during an investigation at the historic Royal Arcade in Keighley, West Yorkshire, England. Built in 1901, this underground shopping center retains its early 20th century charm, with untouched, dimly lit stores and rooms below the renovated upper floors. Emma explains that she and her team were conducting a spirit box session In an area that once housed a saddler's shop, local lore claims the spirit of a grouchy man named Billy haunts the space. During their session, something chilling occurred. A loud bang echoed through the room, prompting one of the team members to ask, "Make that bang again. Why do you want us to stop?" But then, something even more unsettling was captured. Through a lens flare on their phone, they saw a silhouette of a figure moving. Despite repeated attempts, the team couldn't recreate or debunk the strange image. What do you think they captured? I'll leave it to you to decide.
Security guard Johann Zmo was working the night shift at the San Pedro Mall in San Jose, Costa Rica, when he encountered something eerie on the surveillance cameras. A security feed focused on the mall's parking structure captured a shadowy, shifting figure approaching an unsuspecting man. Suddenly, the man turns around as if sensing someone behind him, but no one is there, and the dark figure seems to vanish into thin air. Since this footage was released online, former mall employees have come forward with their own accounts of paranormal encounters, claiming the mall is haunted. Many believe the haunting may stem from a tragic incident where someone passed away on the 4th floor of the parking structure. What do you think? Could these experiences be linked to a restless presence? Story 7, Lights Out. One afternoon, Rachel Navarro was home alone in her New York City apartment when the power in her building was temporarily shut off for maintenance. This was when things took a disturbing turn. Rachel started recording, explaining, "There's no electricity in our place right now, but this door," her front door was shaking slightly, seemingly on its own. She peered through the peephole and caught sight of something moving on the other side. With her pepper spray in hand and her phone's flashlight on, she cautiously opened the door, only to find an empty, pitch-black hallway. But then, Rachel heard faint breathing and whispering sounds coming from the hallway. Terrified, she quickly retreated back into her apartment. As a loyal Nuke's Top 5 viewer, Rachel reached out to share her unsettling experience. To this day, she has no explanation for what happened that day. What do you think? Could Rachel have encountered something beyond the ordinary? Story 8, Hall No Vacancy. In this next unsettling video, we're taken to a small hotel in the desolate countryside of Mexico, where eerie events have reportedly occurred for years, often when staff members are alone. One day, a housekeeper notices a figure standing in the window of room 30, a room that is supposed to be completely vacant. Alarmed, she contacts the hotel manager, but upon inspection, the room appears empty. Later that same day, as the manager approaches the room, a pale face with hollow eyes briefly appears, staring down from the window. She rushes upstairs to investigate, but upon entering, finds the room undisturbed and empty. Just as she begins to leave, a sudden loud noise reverberates through the room, sending her fleeing down the hallway. Now, the hotel staff is convinced they've witnessed genuine paranormal activity in their quiet Mexican hotel. But is this evidence of a haunting, or could it be an elaborate hoax? I'll leave it to you to decide. During a lightning storm outside her house in Iowa, Amanda Noel notices something strange through her front window. She begins recording and urges viewers, "Please tell me y'all see this. Just watch, out in the yard. Look!" In the middle of the yard across the street, a pale figure appears in the grass, standing motionless before vanishing as another flash of lightning fills the sky. Shocked, Amanda repeats, "Look, there it is again. I think it's time to move." The figure's abrupt appearances and disappearances leave Amanda deeply unsettled. Some viewers of Amanda's eerie video speculate that the electrical energy from the storm might have made a paranormal presence briefly visible. Whatever it is, Amanda is undeniably spooked. So is this just a trick of the storm or something more? You decide. In a recent investigation, Ian, a seasoned paranormal investigator from the popular YouTube channel, ventures into the storied Old Baru Inn, located in the scenic city of Baru, Wisconsin. Established in 1864, the inn has a long, infamous history as both a tavern and brothel. Over time, it became a gathering spot for underworld figures, including Al Capone and other notorious gangland criminals. Legend has it that many people met grim fates within its walls, and today, the inn is known for its intense paranormal activity, especially in the basement, where men were allegedly chained and executed by the mob. A pole, once a witness to these chilling acts, still stands as a stark reminder of the inn's dark past. Determined to explore these haunting claims, Ian arrives at the inn, setting up for an overnight investigation. As he begins his exploration in the inn's bar area, he senses an unsettling presence. "Is anyone here tonight?" he calls out, hoping to encounter one of the reported spirits. Moments later, a faint noise echoes through the room, catching him off guard. "If that was you, could you make that sound again?" he asks, only to be met with another eerie noise that sends a chill down his spine. Unfazed, Ian moves into the kitchen, only to experience something even more unnerving. As he searches for signs of supernatural activity, a spoon inexplicably flies off the counter. Stunned, Ian stammers, "How is that even possible?" But the investigation takes a darker turn as he heads to the basement, widely regarded as the inn's most haunted space. Here, Ian encounters the infamous execution pole, rumored to have been the final sight for many unfortunate souls. Bullet holes and bloodstains remain on the pole, adding to the room's heavy atmosphere. As he investigates, Ian senses an oppressive presence. "If you're one of the mobsters, make another sound," he calls out, his voice shaking. Suddenly, he spots a dark shadow, a black mass moving near the pole. Terrified, he realizes there's no quick way out, but he regains composure enough to investigate further. However, the figure has vanished, leaving him with an overwhelming sense of dread. Ian's encounter with the shadowy figure ultimately pushes him to his limit, prompting him to end the investigation and leave the inn. You can catch this full investigation, along with many other spine-chilling moments on YouTube.